was dawn, and the shtetl was still as stone. Even the pigeons waited quietly for the summer day to begin. Morning was Ziggy's favorite time to think up new ideas. Skipping lightly on the cobblestones, he followed his father to the bakery. "Look at this, Poppy." He reached into his pocket and tossed a carved wooden block into the air. "It's my new invention. I call it a Ziggy ball." Poppy raised an eyebrow. "That's not a ball. It's a cube." "Exactly," Ziggy said. "Now it won't roll into the street while I'm playing." Poppy laughed. Ziggy was always full of unusual ideas. When they reached the bakery, Poppy filled his basket with buns. Like many Jews in the shtetl, Ziggy's father made his living peddling on busy street corners. "When can I help, Poppy?" Ziggy asked for the 100th time. "Ah, Zigala, not until you're older. Now is the time to concentrate on your studies." "That's right," echoed Moishe the baker. "Study hard when you're young, so when you grow up, you can invent something wonderful, like my top secret boiled buns." Ziggy laughed. Even kids knew the secret behind Moishe's buns. They were first boiled and then baked, making them soft and fluffy inside and golden crunchy on the outside. "Still, there's always room for improvement," Moishe admitted. "Mrs. Schwartz complains that the buns are undercooked at the center." Ziggy didn't say anything, but Poppy could tell he was thinking. Poppy took his basket of buns and walked toward the center of town while Ziggy walked to the shul, where the boys of the shtetl studied Torah. He arrived early because he had a surprise for the rabbi. Rabbi Levi was a tiny man. Even on his tippy toes, the top of his hat barely reached Ziggy's nose. "Rebbe, I made a present for you." Ziggy opened a sack to reveal 2 wooden blocks attached to posts. "I call them Schultzstilts. Now you'll be able to see your congregation over the bima." "What genius, Ziggy!" the rabbi exclaimed, stepping onto the stilts. "Now I'll be high enough to read the Torah with ease. Now I'll be eye to eye with the bar mitzvah boys. Now I'll be able to, whoops!" And with that, the rabbi tumbled forward, his black hat flying through the air like a dizzy crow. Ziggy helped the rabbi to his feet. "Don't worry, Ziggy," said the rabbi. "You have so many good ideas. I'm sure your next one will be better." That night, Ziggy fell asleep thinking. In the morning, he hopped out of bed. His imagination had dreamed up his most promising idea yet. He jumped onto Papa's bed in excitement. "Poppy!" Ziggy shouted. "I've got it! I have a solution to the baker's problem." Grabbing Poppy's hand, Ziggy pulled him out the door. "Wait!" Poppy stopped. "First, I think we should change out of our pajamas." When Poppy and Ziggy arrived, the baker was already preparing the buns. Ziggy raced inside and rubbed his hands with flour. "So you're the baker now?" Moisha asked. "I'm just a little boy with a big idea." Ziggy smiled as he rolled a ball of dough into a wiggly snake. He took the two ends and pinched them together. "Ta-da!" he chimed. "Aha!" Moisha exclaimed. He took Ziggy's dough circle and carefully placed it into the pot of boiling water. It rose to the top, bubbling like a raft in a stormy sea. The baker scooped it out and put it in the oven, baking it until it was perfectly puffed and beautifully brown. "Hot, hot, hot!" the baker exclaimed as he took the bun out of the oven. He tossed it from hand to hand to cool and then took a tiny nibble. "Delicious," he declared, "and no undercooked center. Ziggy, you're a genius." Soon all three of them were working together, rolling the dough, dropping the circles into the boiling water, and then placing them into the oven. Moisha stacked the finished buns on the counter. "My wonderful son," Poppy exclaimed. "Now that is a big idea." Ziggy giggled as Papa danced the broom around the room. "So, Ziggy, what will you call your new invention?" the baker wondered. Ziggy thought for a while. He slipped a ring roll over his wrist. "That's it," Ziggy declared. "It's a bracelet. A bagel," he announced. "A perfect name." "Now watch this," Ziggy exclaimed, grabbing a broom from the corner. "First he thinks he's a baker," Poppy said, "and now he's the cleanup crew." "Not for sweeping, for stacking." Ziggy slipped one bun, then two, then 5 more onto the broomstick. "Buns on a stick," Ziggy laughed. "Poppy, I bet you can easily carry 20 bagels on your walking stick." Mrs. Schwartz poked her head into the bakery. "What's all the ruckus so early in the morning?" "You're just in time to try Ziggy's new invention," Poppy said. "Please, try a bagel from my broom." Mrs. Schwartz sniffed the bagel. She nibbled the bagel. She took an enormous bite of the bagel. "This bun is baked perfectly," she announced. "It's not a bun, it's a bagel," Ziggy said with pride. And that may be how bagels came to be.